Hey guys, I am back with another quick get ready with me to sit in my room and talk to a camera, aka get ready with me for a telehealth therapy appointment video. This week I am doing a really quick sort of breakdown of the Baddie makeup that I copied from Farhood a couple weeks back. I am not a 20-something makeup influencer. I am a 40-something makeup lover, and I like to break things down into something more wearable, something that is a little bit easier for somebody with disabilities, somebody on a budget, somebody whose skills are not at a pro MUA level. And so I'm just going to do it the way that I would do it, that I could wear out, that I could throw together. My appointment is in an hour. And so I'm just going to do a more, not wearable, because obviously somebody like her, somebody's younger, somebody who does makeup for a living, absolutely she could wear it, going to Walmart. But I'm going to do it in a way that feels more comfortable to me, something that I wouldn't feel somebody was looking at me and going, she's trying too hard, right? So I already have a base on. This is just a little bit of tinted moisturizer, some setting powder. I ran some stuff through my eyebrows. I'm not even wearing concealer. It's just some stuff. So if you remember the look, it was very pink, very bright, and then some very dramatic eye makeup and a very cool lip. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my face color. I'll do my eyes and then we'll do the lips last. So Katie does some very simple bronzing and contour, so that's what we're going to do first. I'm going to do some simple contour with my She Glam liquid contour. This is the shade Soft Tan. I'm just going to follow the natural contours of my face because, again, I'm not going crazy. I'm not trying to change my face in any way, just elevating what's already here, right? I'm not doing anything that's going to catch anybody's eye. I just want to make myself feel a little bit prettier, something that's going to raise my self-esteem a little bit so that I feel good going into my appointment, right? That's all this really is. Making myself feel good. We're going to just blend that out gently, again, following the natural contours of my face. And we use cool tones here to mimic the shadows that are being cast by, here in the studio, it's going to be my ring light. But if we were somewhere else, it might be office lights, it might be sunlight. And we always use cool tones when we're doing contours because shadows are always cool. Don't make me get into lectures about how makeup brands are trying to get money out of you by selling you extra products that really are just bronzers and selling them to you twice. They're going to sell it to you in a liquid, they're going to sell it to you in a cream and tell you that you have to set it all with a powder and just get you buying as many products as possible. So we started with some dots and now we've just got a little bit of shadow going on. Now at this angle you can see this is where I put the dots because this is where I'm getting shadows. I've got a very prominent cheekbone and all I'm doing, you see, this is where the dot is. This is where the shadows are going to be cast on my face. I don't need to add much because it's already there. This is just a little bit of enhancing because it's fun and I can, right? We're just adding. Now here, if I wasn't a plus size woman, I would naturally have a little bit of shadow here because this is where my jawbone is, right? So we're just blending that out to try and add a little bit more natural shadow. And we're just going along the jawbone here. If I were trying to really do a cosmetic facelift, right, then I would go above that natural line and I would give myself a lift and fake that line using my makeup, using my cosmetics. Yeah, sorry, I kind of was touching all up in there, so it's gonna look a little muddy maybe, but we can fix that. But, I'm not here to be the prettiest girl on the internet. I'm not here to, pretend that I have more knowledge than I do. I'm here to be a real person whose lived knowledge I can share. And I'm here to say, hey, look, I'm disabled. I am you know, not the richest person in the world. I'm a real person who is going to tell you that you don't need to run out and buy every new product. You don't need to buy multiple products that are going to do the same thing. You don't need to set this with extra products, right? And if you're on a budget, it's okay to buy a product that's going to do more than one thing, okay? And if you're disabled, leave a comment. Say, hey, I have trouble doing XYZ in my makeup routine. And I will either let you know what I do to fix that, or I'll do the research. I'll put in the time. I'll find the mechanism, the tool that will help you do that. Or I will find the method, the trick, the hack, so to speak, that will help you. Or I'll go back through my own bag of tricks and say, hey, when I was dealing with that, what did I do, right? What did my friends do? What did my community do that helped with that, right? All right, so we've got that all blended out. We're going to move on to the next one, which is bronzer, warm tones, okay? This is a powder, but because I'm not going anywhere, I'm not worried about sweat, I'm not worried about my makeup rubbing off, I can do this all in one step. If you were needing to set your makeup, you can kind of scroll back into my other videos where I did them step by step, okay? But we're not going anywhere, so we're going to take a different brush, very similar in shape. In fact, I think these are from the same set. We'll put them side by side. This one has a little bit more of an angle. This one's a little more flat. See that? This one's flat. This one's more angled. And we're going to dip in to a shade that's only slightly warmer than my own because Katie was very sort of natural in hers. So let's go into this one. I don't think I've used it yet. We're just kind of going to sweep onto the high points. And this is going to be sort of just, hey, you know, I go outside, see? This is where the sun hits me. I've got some warmth in my face, and we're going to just kind of hit some warm areas, right? Some areas that, hey, you know, see, we hit here, warm, just a little bit. Because also we're going to hit the highlights here with the actual highlighter, but the sun's going to be in there too, all right? Just some warmth, not going to go crazy. Now, where she does go a little bit crazy is the blush. If you've been on this channel, you know this is my worst nightmare and my best friend. We're gonna go and let it do its thing. I just tapped a little bit on my finger. Ready for this? 3 dots. I'm not even gonna go back in, right on that cheekbone. All right, now I'm gonna go in with a standard blush brush and I'm going to blend this out. And we're taking this all the way up, sort of under the eye and next to the temple. Now in Katie's video, she did have a more vibrant blush, so we are going to build on top of this. This is just setting us up and getting our shape. I would rather be more conservative with this step because this step can go absolutely insane if I let it. Although I am going to add a bit more because I remember that actually in this lighting does kind of wash me out a little bit. And I want to have nice pictures after this. So what'd I do for y'all? I'm just kidding. You know what it is? I took some of my best brushes out to film a washing video. So I think maybe it's the brush that I'm not liking. It is a blush brush, but it's more for powder. Okay. I think I'm liking this one better. Yeah, it was the brush, you guys. I'm sorry. I am. This one's a little stiffer, so it's moving the cream around better. It's actually kind of more of a cream balm hybrid. The texture is really interesting. I know I talk about it all the time. This is from Profusion. It's the Wild Rose blush, and it's just, the texture is very interesting. Do you see? It almost retains my fingerprints, and there's a very small amount in this pan because it doesn't need a lot. You saw, I just barely tapped it. It's even still staining on my finger. Oh, come on, autofocus. We'll barely kiss it. And watch. And this will build up if you let it. All right? I'm liking that. So up to the temple and a little closer to the eye than I would normally do it. All right. And I'm going to give this a second chance. So we're actually going to go now into our powder blush. I'm going to pick up the color that's closest to it, which I'm going to go in and say it's this one here. We are going to set this. Yeah. See, it's redeeming itself. You see how even though I am letting it hit more places, it's actually just kind of sticking to the sort of guide that I made for it. And now I'm going to go in with probably my favorite brush to use. I don't see anybody using these. These are so fun. So this is my giant fan brush and I use it for highlighter. And this is something that I was taught way back when, probably 8th grade was when I started using these. And I use it for highlighter, and I just dip it into the pan. I'm using my e.l.f. quad, and I go into the sort of the pinky shade, and I'm going to add it to the top of my cheekbone. Do you see that? And it just adds this blush topper that just is insane. And it kisses over the shape of my cheekbone. And because it is so light in its shape, it just automatically kisses it. You don't have to worry about it going anywhere you don't want it to. It just like that. You want a thin little snatch nose? Boom, down the middle. Want to kiss it? Just tip of your nose. Cupid's bow? Bam. You want to highlight that brow bone? Bam. I love it. All right. Now, I'm ashamed to say it. I tag a lot of my posts with the tag anti-influencer. And it's not because I don't like the influencers. I obviously love the influencers. I will quote Lynn's makeup looks all the time. I love her. She is quirky and cute and just adorable. I obviously follow Katie. I follow Sarah and Robert and Manny, and also creators of color, and all of their names are escaping me right now. Darcy and Monica and Gloria, and oh my gosh, hopefully I will cut out this was. Oh, Hannah. And I just love everybody so much. I am not anti-influencer so much as I am anti-influencer culture. This culture of overconsumption, being paid to promote a product even if it's not something they actually like, and the sort of scandals that are happening all the time. And I'm not going to call her out because really nobody cares what I think, but the influencers that will scream at you about a product and have scandals one week and then nobody cares, and they will claim that a product has done amazing things for them one week, and then the next week they'll say, okay, no, this is the product that absolutely changed my life. And then the next week they're claiming that it's their own product that they just launched that changed their lives forever. And it's absolutely insane. And that's what I mean when I say anti-influencer, because there's got to be some genuine people out there that are in it because they love it, because they have a message that is real, and they have a point of view, and they have a real love for this. And when they say something, they mean it, and you can trust it. And as beautiful and creative as these people are, and they really are, there needs to be trust. And sometimes I think they lean towards rage baiting, right? I love Sarah. She's amazing. But sometimes I just want to scream. Sometimes she will say something. She does this interactive series that is like lip combos, right? And somebody will say, oh, grab a purple lip liner and a dark pink gloss, right? And she'll pull a bright magenta gloss and a slightly lavender tinge-ish lip liner. And she won't explain that in makeup, what we're looking for is undertones, or we're looking for, a shade of something. And so you look at what she's pulled, and it's not a dark purple, it's not a dark pink, or it's not a purple. And like, I get it, but like, explain why you pulled what you pulled, because people are going to be yelling at the screen going, that's not purple, that's not dark pink. And it's like, okay, where's the education? Where are you supporting learning? Where are you being authentic, right? So I don't want to admit what I'm about to say, but I've been influenced. When we were doing the original Katie look, I said she's using a pink setting powder, and I don't have one. And then the algorithm did its thing, and I saw a video about the Catrice under eye brightening combo. And because I did a quick look today, I didn't use the corrector cream, but I am going to use the pink powder. And you guys, it was $11 for the combo, okay? I'm not going crazy. I have 100 something followers. This is not me like leaving you guys. but a pink setting powder is actually going to be really nice for this look. And you know, you do the math, it's not very expensive. So I am going to try it on this because she does have a pink all the way through, and I didn't use concealer because I knew I was going to use this. Okay, so don't come at me. Sometimes products are good, and you know, as long as it's drugstore and I have a use for it, then I don't mind trying it. Okay, so let's try it together. This is the first time use. I have a brand new white puff so we can actually see the color. I'm just gonna dump out some of the powder into the lid. I already pulled the little, you know, plastic cover, but I have not used it yet. Okay, so we've got a little bit in the lid. It's not like bright bubblegum pink. It's gonna be something useful on lighter skin tones like mine. If you have a darker skin tone, this is still not gonna be for you, but I do think I saw like a peach combo on the site. And with these, you're gonna tap it off on the back of your hand a little bit, kind of spread it out, and let's go in and see if we can't kind of build that bridge between the pink, the highlighter pink, and then a pink setting powder. Do you see any difference? Do you see any brightening? Okay, with, without. You know what? I have my normal setting powder that I use. I thought, did I not grab it? Okay, well, I didn't grab my Morty one, which is more fun, but I do have my Physicians that I use. We'll go in and we'll just compare, okay? So this is supposed to be translucent. It does pull a little peach, I think. We'll do it on this side, and you tell me if you see a difference. I like this side better. Okay, well, maybe I didn't use enough. We'll try it again in a different look. We'll build it up with the actual pink corrector, okay? And I have another pink corrector too, so maybe we'll do corrector against corrector in another video, okay? But I do have a deadline, so we're gonna keep it rolling, okay? Now, in the original video, I used a different palette for my eyes. So let's try this one. And what she did was she used a basic pink over the entire eye. So we're gonna start with that. We're just gonna choose one from a different palette. So we're going into my Profusion Moonlight Magic. This is my favorite palette that I own, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm gonna use it in every single video as long as I can. It's just gonna happen that way. We're going to go into the color Intriguing, and I'm not going to do the images. I have them in other videos, so just go look. We're just gonna get this over the entire lid. This is not a very intricate eye look. She really wanted the eyeliner to be the star of the show. All right, so I got that over the eyelids, and then she went in with a sort of darker pink right on the outer V, so we're gonna do that. This one is called Eccentric, which I think fits. I really like the way this one's lying down. And then I think I'm gonna go in with a transition color in the middle. I don't think she has one, but again, I'm taking it into a place that I would use. Yeah, I don't think she has one, but I'm gonna do one. Actually, no, you know what? This is my look now. So instead, because I'm not gonna do a major like inner eye corner because we have discovered I can't. So instead, you know, it laid down so well over on this side. And then what am I doing different? Give me a sec here. All right, so I'm gonna go into Dramatic, load it up on my finger, and we're just gonna pop it over like that. Boom. Okay, and then we are hitting back. If you've been with me for at least a couple weeks, you know that my OG palette is the first big splurge purchase that I ever did. For most, you know, middle-class people, this isn't even a splurge, but I bought it with my own money, and it is a big Morphe palette. I'm so proud of it. And we are going right into this brightest color here. We're popping it right into the inner corner. Ba-bam. How's that for drama? Done. And I need another makeup wipe real quick. All right, moving right along. We are going to do some eyeliner, but I am in my early 40s. So we're just gonna pop in a little outside wing, and then we're going to actually go into the lower waterline because I am a geriatric millennial and that's what we do. Oh, okay, so popping on a little baby wing, hoping not to cover the camera, and hoping not to stop talking for long enough that AI automatically cuts it out because I am not an editor yet. Follow me, get me to 1,000 and more. Let me start making some money and maybe I'll hire somebody off Fiverr or something. Because I never remember to tell it to keep my little wing in. See, we're doing something. I like to just kind of flick out in an angle that kind of follows my line or my lower lash line. And then I drag it to meet the top line, and then I just kind of fill in that gap and then drag it along the top line. And if my hand starts to shake a little or my eyelid starts to blink, I just hold it in place until it stops. Don't try and keep going. There is no rush. Hold it and then let it pass, okay? If you're really having trouble, in the original Baddie video, I showcased the She Glam eyeliner shields. And if you're having a bad day with shaking, do your eye look first. Slap those on while your skin prep is soaking into your skin. Put those on, do your eyeliner that way, pull it off, and then do the rest of your makeup. I usually do eyes sort of like at this time because I feel pretty secure and I also know how to kind of clean things up without taking everything off. But if you don't feel comfortable with it, don't do it. So you don't need to see me do the other eye, so I'm going to pause. I'll pop right back in and then we'll do the waterline. All right, we are back. The other one's on. Now, for this next part, we're going to take a tissue because we're going to be resting our palm against our already done face for a little bit. We don't want to smear. So I found this on Amazon. It is, I'm going to say Bethalon, and it is specifically made to go inside the waterline. Don't be sticking random pencils in your eyeball, okay? Take the time, get a separate pencil. This is cheap. Don't be messing with your eyes, okay? Also, I like that it has purple on the end. Purple's my favorite color. Anyway, you know, I may just put this on the wish list just so you guys have a link to follow because it was kind of hard to find. I don't know why. Maybe because millennials are the only ones buying it. I don't know. Anyway, gonna come in closer for you guys. Let me double check the time. We're still okay. All right. So drag just a little bit. We're not gonna go crazy. And just drag it. And I'm not doing a heavy line, just kind of dragging along like that. I think it gives the same kind of dramatic eyeliner feel as Katie's without having to do the dramatic inner corner thing that I'm just not capable of doing. All right, you don't need to see me do the second one. I'll pop back in a second and then we'll finish off the lips. Why'd y'all let me lie like that? You know, nobody would ever even go to online therapy without some mascara. Bad on you. So we're going in with the She Glam Big Time Eyes Volumizing Mascara. I'm just going to do the top because we already got some drama on the bottom. So by now you know we're going to wiggle and flick. And I like to concentrate on the outer edge. Just kind of like that. I'm not going to do a ton because it is therapy, but as usual, I am going to... Woo! That was fun. All right. It looks like we are getting some, what do we call that? Some transfer. I will have to go in and clean that up, but that's okay. Everything is fixable. So as I was saying, I'm going to take some pictures and I will add those to the end of the video. So stay tuned for those. And so even though I may not be going anywhere, I guess it's sort of demoing the look, I guess. I'll try and get different lighting. And I guess it's sort of, if you want to maybe do this look yourself, you can see kind of what it looks like outside of a green screen in my dining room studio. Moving on, I have wiped my lips clean. This was probably my favorite part of the makeup when we did it the first time, was the lips. I've got the liner and I'm going to line my lips. And I never talk during this, so AI tries to cut it out. but it is the Maybelline Lifter Liner in the color, I believe, 07 Big Lift. It is a brownie nude, and I'm just gonna do a very soft line. I don't really have much lip on the sides here, so I may or may not even try to line it. We'll see. All right. Actually, this goes on so well, I can kind of get a line going there, so we'll do that. And I like these because they do have some hyaluronic acid in them, and I have chronically dry, flaking, cracking lips, so it's nice. And I'm not one that like overlines or like gets rid of her Cupid's bow, so all right, got that on. Now I'm going to go in with some e.l.f. lipstick. It's a day and night, so it's double-ended. It's called Need It Nudes. I'm going in with the daytime side. Just kind of blended that together a little bit. And then this is the part that really brings it all together. So this is from She Glam. It's part of their Sunday Picnic lip oils. This is the Layer Cake lip oil. And this one is the Rainbow Cake. It's a very light, like pink, almost clear. And it's got like pink and gold, like very fine glitter in it, and it's a very shiny lip oil. This is also from She Glam. I feel a little shiny, so I'm gonna go in with this one as well. And then as necessary, I may still go in with a little powder and set some stuff down. But I will fix my little areas here, maybe do any touch-ups as needed. I'll let my hair down. I'll probably change his shirt. I was running a little late, so I just grabbed whatever. I will do my therapy, I'll do my photos, and then that's it. So look forward to the photos. As always, stay safe, be kind to yourself. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, you guys, so I am back. It's been about an hour, I guess. I hate to admit this, but in other light, I'm just not pink enough. I don't know what it is about just this studio lighting, but the second I leave, it's all gone. I'm gonna do something crazy and we're adding more pink. I'm sorry, it's just happening. I cannot deny it. So let's just go crazy. Let's make this a full Sabrina Carpenter moment and go wild. I am actually gonna dip into this sparkly pink and go into a little bit of a denser blush brush. Cannot say that 3 times fast. And we're just gonna go ham. Because once I step out of here, it's just not there. I don't know why. It happens sometimes that I think I've got myself all loaded up. I've got this bright eye makeup, intense dark smokiness sometimes, and I walk away and I see in my pictures that it's not there. And I'm not a bold person, so, you know, it's kind of okay. But if I'm going for a look, then I need to go for that look, right? And yes, I said I would make this wearable, but wearable does not mean invisible. So let's do it, okay? And I'm going to actually bump up the highlighter with this Profusion Cosmetics Spooky Glow. It's a holographic highlighter. So it's going to add little bits of sparkle as well. It's blue with a bit of a purpley, lavendery, kind of slightly blue reflect, but not a ton of blue. It's not going to really pull attention away. Again, I'm going in with my crazy fluffy brush. And no, I have no idea why I sound like a frog right now. I really apologize, but it's not my fault. So I don't know, maybe I'll just let AI read the captions, but sorry. So hopefully you guys don't mind too much, but yeah. Anyway, my therapy session went really well. I had some good things to talk about. I even actually blushed a little bit. Yeah, that's when I noticed that on the camera, which is actually just the same camera I'm filming on a cell phone, I set it up in my room and put on my lights to talk to Cece, and I just couldn't see the makeup in the lighting in there, and I thought, what the hell is going on? I need to reglue this. This is a loyal brush and I will not let go of it. So maybe I'll just have Richard glue it. But yeah, now we're shining. And yeah, I reconnected with a guy I haven't seen in a long time. He moved away actually to another state. And so I don't know why these brows moved. They shouldn't have moved, but they did. He moved away to another state, and you know, we were on Facebook, but sometimes those connections don't really last if you don't really have a lot to talk about. My desk is glowing. You know, if you're not going to the same places, you're not really in the same place in life. But apparently his Facebook got hacked, so he reconnected with me on Instagram. You know, it's not really like he's physically back in my life, but it was just cool to reconnect. And, you know, I got little baby butterflies, or I guess in my world, little baby deadhead moths. And so that was kind of cool. I was telling her about that. And so yeah, I was kind of blushing a little, but you couldn't freaking see it even with all the artificial blush. So anyway, yeah, that was happening. So I realized I needed more. Anyway, let's keep going. I think what I'm going to do is just go into deeper shade. I'm kind of debating between these two. Or maybe, actually, let's go this one. It is called Mysterious. So that's just going to give us more of a pop up here. And I'm just going to dab it a little bit to give more dimension to that pink up there. I actually told Cece that I might load up a picture. I mean, I have a type. I find all guys attractive and some girls, if we're being honest. I don't identify as bi, but, you know, I could probably be persuaded. Anyway, I definitely have a type, and at one point I had put together a very simple photo collage of a couple guys I'd been talking to, and I swear they could almost pass for brothers. So that was kind of fun. Anyway, I told Cece I'd post it on TikTok if I found it again and got a chance. So y'all might see that, and I'll let you guess which one is which and which one I just reconnected with. So anyway, this was a quick little check-in, adding some more color. I will now go and take some more photos and see how much of a difference this made. I just threw this shirt on. I got really close to, you know, running out of time before therapy. I don't know. I probably won't do anything more with my hair. Do we like this shirt? Should I change it? I don't know. I have 3 cats, if you don't know, so sometimes I get little micro holes in them, and so I don't know if they're good for, like, after photos. I don't know. And I've lost some weight and in different places, so things don't really fit as well. I don't know. I think I'll keep it. This is fine. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. I'll take some more photos, maybe do some teaser posts with the guys, and so I will sign off again. Stay safe. Be kind to yourself. I love you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.